Right now at 6, $2 million. That's how much a local college is receiving thanks to a generous grant.
And pilots prep for an exciting Airfest this weekend.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. The Viroqua man allegedly involved in a drunk driving accident is bound over for trial.
38-year-old Brett Burkham faces 5 charges, including OWI causing injury. Now, according to the criminal complaint, in April, he was driving drunk when he crashed into another vehicle. The victim was taken to the hospital with severe injuries. Blood tests later revealed Burkham had a blood alcohol content of nearly 0.25. A Vernon County judge found probable cause to hold him for trial. If convicted, Burkham faces a maximum of 33 years in jail.
Yeah, we definitely had a pleasant, really Friday with a little bit of cumulus clouds in the afternoon, a light north wind, and low humidity with the dew points in the 50s. Definitely enjoy it because that's not going to be what we're going to be doing come later this weekend. But for the evening activities, nothing really out there. Basically a few clouds. High clouds will start increasing late, but overall 67 degrees too. Same story for Eau Claire. Just some clouds right now, and then some higher clouds will start coming in late in the night. But overall, pleasant activities with 65. Overall, there's your cumulus clouds, kind of the daytime heating type clouds that perk up that time. They'll actually dissipate by evening, but then we're tracking more higher clouds to the west, and that is an activity that's beginning to develop along a warm front. That's the warm front that will eventually approach us not till later Saturday into Sunday. So overnight, really, it's just increasing clouds. It'll keep those temperatures from falling too much below the mid-50s for most locations with a light southeast wind, but it will be dry for the morning hours for Saturday. Unfortunately, for Father's Day, you might want the fan to get for Father's Day gift, probably more like you want the AC, because we'll kind of break down how hot it's going to get and humid it's going to get and how long that'll actually last, too.
All right. Thanks, Craig.
U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin announcing today that Western Technical College will receive over $2 million to boost enrollment completion rates. The money comes from the Rural Post-Secondary and Economic Development Grant Program in this year's government funding bill. The grant will help Western Technical College connect students to in-demand regional careers. Western Tech's plan involves collaborating with local schools and businesses to design a program tailored to rural students.
Families in Trempealeau got to learn a new skill today. The Trempealeau National Wildlife Refuge hosted a family archery program this morning. It was a chance for families to learn the basics of archery, like how to properly stand while shooting a bow and how to aim. While archery is commonly thought of as a hunting tool, one refuge ranger says there's more to the craft.
Archery too is a ability, something that people can try. It's not only a outdoor sport or recreational activity, is also an Olympic sport, and many people do it.
And by the end of the program, participants could show off what they learned by trying to shoot some balloons.
Well, you might have heard or seen fighter jets flying all over La Crosse today. That's because pilots are prepping for the big Deke Slayton Airfest at the La Crosse Regional Airport this weekend.
That's right. And our own Michael Germain got a first glance of their practice today. Michael, this is something that's definitely going to wow audiences.
Oh yeah, for sure, Ken. As you can see behind me, look at those giant, absolutely beautiful aircraft carriers. And I was here earlier today, and officials told me that during the entire weekend, they're anticipating over 10,000 people to be here between Saturday and Sunday. And pilots geared up for their air show routines ahead of the big show this weekend. And one pilot I spoke with earlier today has spent 25 years traveling across the United States, performing for thousands of people. He says that everything they do in the air is based on what's happening outside of the plane.
So that you can basically become really comfortable with the surrounding terrain, and then we're trying to make the perfect performance, and to be able to do that you have to know sort of every piece of pavement and every blade of grass on the runway.
He adds that traveling across the country to perform at various shows has started to feel like being a part of a big family. He's also excited to be welcomed by the city of La Crosse. Now, on Saturday, gates are expected to open at 9 a.m. with the show starting at 12. Reporting live in La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Michael. And tickets are still available for that event.
That's right, anticipation is high. Now, some of the spectators today got to watch those practice shows from inside one of the planes. Some active duty service members and our very own Greg Barnhart were invited to ride along with Fat Albert, the Blue Angels C-130 support plane, during that practice show. So for 8 minutes, the plane practiced flyovers at different altitudes. They also climbed at 150 knots and pushed the nose over so the passengers could feel a little G-force. Gonna have to hear how that was, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they did that, we got about 3 Gs. So basically, your feet went straight up in the air and you held on too. So the C-130s can do quite some impressive maneuvers for that thing. And then they swung around, did some other steep climbs, obviously kind of like combat type landings that would go on with the C-130. So overall, it was about 10 to 12 minutes show time. So quite impressive with the C-130. But they really total around all the stuff and help out with the fighters that are going on.
Yeah. Did you have any dizziness at all?
No, I learned in Afghanistan, I learned to take Dramamine regardless of where you go because aircraft, when combat goes on, can move around. So I took my Dramamine just in case, but it wasn't too bad. But you definitely noticed the 3G there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I feel left
I remember
out.
that. Yeah, I know. I went up to 7.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Humble brag.
Okay.
Well, Greg, thanks for sharing.
No problem.
Thank you. A judge is ordering Alex Jones to seize his assets after controversial statements on a school shooting.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your next project at Menards. Dutch Boy Exterior Stain and Sealer provides one coat protection and repels rain after 4 hours of application, saving you time and money. A gallon is $31.99 plus 11% rebate. Finish your wood projects with Cabot Australian Timber Oil. It's perfect for decks, siding, and outdoor furniture and provides maximum penetration and water repellency. A gallon is $49.98 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
We are local install crews, local project managers. So when you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here.
It doesn't cost you anything to find out if solar panels are right for you. Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy. Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call at 608-780-2347.
Right now, in a Hardee's kitchen near you, there's somebody hand-breading 100% white meat fillets to make you small batch golden fried chicken from scratch for a taste that's pure tender love and goodness down to the very last crumb. Hardee's new hand-breaded tender platter, 100% white meat tenders served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold beverage. Order ahead on the Hardee's app.
A federal judge has ordered the liquidation of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's personal assets to pay off money he owes to the families of victims in the 2012 Sandy Hook school shooting.
It's still unclear if Jones will lose his media platform after courts in 2 states say he must pay more than $1 billion for damages in defamation cases.
Omar Villafranca reports from Houston, Texas.
Families of Sandy Hook Elementary shooting victims are one step closer to getting financial compensation from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
I will not be silenced.
On Friday, a federal judge in Texas granted Jones's request to liquidate his personal assets in order to pay off the $1.5 billion he owes them.
These people want me silenced. It is completely and totally transparent, and the world is seeing through this.
Robbie Parker, who lost his 6-year-old daughter Emily in the 2012 massacre, was among plaintiffs who successfully sued Jones for spreading lies about the attack, calling the incident fake and calling parents crisis actors.
I lost my own power. I lost my voice for a long time. It took me joining this lawsuit to finally start to be able to find and reclaim some of those things again.
Scarlett Lewis lost her 6-year-old son Jesse that day.
You can forgive someone, but that doesn't mean that you forget. They need to be held accountable so that they don't do it to someone else.
Even though Jones eventually relented in court and admitted the shooting was not a hoax,
It's 100% real.
this liquidation could be just the beginning of his financial burden.
In a case involving defamation, that debt, if you will, is not extinguished. They can continue to go to seek more.
Survivors of the massacre are pressing ahead, marking a major milestone this week. Dozens of students from Sandy Hook Elementary wore green and white pins at their high school graduation ceremony, honoring their fallen classmates and educators. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Houston, Texas.
Demolition is underway of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School building in Parkland, Florida, where 17 people died in a 2018 mass shooting on Valentine's Day.
A large excavator started the process on top of the 3-story classroom building this morning, one day after a postponement due to bad weather.
The building is where a former student opened fire, killing 17 students and educators and injuring more than a dozen others. It had been preserved as evidence for the trial.
Victims' families are expressing mixed feelings about the demolition.
My son is concerned that people will forget now that the building's being taken down. My wife said she had kind of grown attached to the space as we walked through it so many times with different leaders and policymakers. As for me, I'm concerned because we haven't seen a solid plan yet for what's going to replace this building.
Tony Montalto's daughter Gina died in the gunfire.
Some people sat on lawn chairs to watch the teardown start today.
It will take several weeks before the demolition is complete, but school officials say it should be done before students return from summer vacation.
The Supreme Court struck down a federal ban on bump stocks approved by former President Donald Trump.
His administration had pushed for the ban in response to a 2017 mass shooting that killed 58 people at a music festival in Las Vegas.
Bump stocks convert a semi-automatic rifle into a weapon that can fire at a rate of hundreds of rounds per minute. The federal rule made possession of a bump stock a crime punishable by up to 10 years in prison.
Justice Clarence Thomas wrote the majority opinion for the 6-3 court ruling. He said a bump stock is not more effective in firing quicker rounds than a shooter with a lightning-fast trigger finger.
Still to come, giving the gift of good health this Father's Day.
Just what the doctor ordered when we come back.
And yeah, a few showers for Saturday, but Dad's definitely going to need the AC working pretty hard as we come towards Sunday with hot, humid conditions and really high heat index. We'll break down how hot it's going to get along with those showers and thunderstorm chances. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is going on now. Don't miss these furniture hot buys, now only $7.99. Plus pay 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase in-store only. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
I always knew that I wanted to be a mom, and choosing that it was the right time was just a really exciting moment. It turned out that my baby had a diagnosis that would be incompatible with life. It wasn't just that my baby wasn't going to survive, but I was at risk for hemorrhaging when I delivered. I met with my doctor and we went over the risks and benefits. I made a really informed decision, just like you would for any other procedure you're going to have. I'm a nurse and I'm an example of a woman who had to have a procedure to be able to save my life and to not watch my baby die. And now Donald Trump supports laws that could take that procedure away across this country.
54 years they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
Without that procedure, I would not have been able to get pregnant again. But the good news is, a year later, I had my son. If Trump gets elected again, I fear for women.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad. The biggest steak sale ever is this Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Save big on delicious New York strips, bacon-wrapped sirloin fillets, and mouth-watering ribeyes. This sale is huge, and so is our dad-sized 25-ounce Big T T-bone. For the best steaks around at the best prices around. Don't miss the biggest steak sale ever, Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
There are trucks, and then there's the
GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Don't miss these mattress hot buys, now only $7.99. And get a free adjustable base upgrade with an Align by Ashley Sleep mattress purchase. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, here's a reminder. Father's Day is Sunday.
That's right, and there's no better gift than good health for dads and father figures.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has the top 5 habits to help keep them healthy year-round.
They're not always apt to prioritize health. Dads and father figures might need a little push to go see a doctor.
It's really common that we will ask them what's the reason that they're there, and they'll tell us things like, yeah, my family's been bugging me to come in.
Dr. John Hanachek with Cleveland Clinic says loved ones can also help dads form healthy habits. The first one, getting adequate exercise, at least 150 minutes of moderately intense physical activity a week, along with 2 days of strength training. Next, focus on a healthy diet full of fruits and veggies and plenty of water to stay hydrated. Third, make sure dads get their routine health screenings, including screenings for prostate and colon cancer.
It depends on the person, their family history, their situation, their other health issues. So that's a discussion that you can have with your doctor to figure out what's best for you.
Keep your sexual health in check, as issues there can be indicators of other health problems.
We start that conversation by making sure that there are no other major problems going on, and then we deal with what is going on.
Finally, Hanachek says men should also focus on their mental health and talk about feelings.
Whether that involves getting in to see the doctor for the first time in a long time, or just sitting down, catching a fish and talking about your childhood. That's
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And catching medical conditions or diseases early improves chances of survival.
The CDC says on average, U.S. men die nearly 6 years earlier than women. They're also at higher risk of many serious diseases, including heart disease, lung cancer, and HIV.
So, of course, Father's Day, Sunday. We've got the air show Saturday
Yeah.
and Sunday. Lots of events potentially in store.
Oh, yeah.
Only question is, what's the weather going to be like for all these events, Greg?
Well, certainly you're going to enjoy Saturday. Saturday won't be too bad. Sunday, it's going to be a different story, I think, but for Father's Day. But right now the pattern we've had this northwest jet come overhead. Basically some parts from Canada, other parts from the western U.S. has kept the storm track kind of over us, but kept us kind of moderate in temperatures, while the southwest has baked up for quite a long time. Now, what's going to happen is, as the jet dips down to the south and brings some much colder air actually to northwest, the Pacific Northwest, it's going to pull that humidity up our way, and this pattern is going to continue probably for early next week until we get this jet a little bit closer. It's going to be warm, hot, and humid. It's going to bring up moisture and some shower and thunderstorm chances with it. So, but none of that tonight or even really tomorrow. We'll see some showers in the afternoon, but it's becoming less and less likely as further south you go. You're going to see any rain on Saturday other than just cloud cover. More showers, thunderstorms. That's the best chance probably Saturday night going to early Sunday morning. Looks like afternoon time should be fine, but really it's just increasing clouds tonight. Just some high clouds. Overall will remain dry. Temperatures falling back into mainly the 50s with a few spots lower in the 60s. All the precipitation out to the west is not going to make it here yet. The one thing you'll notice as we go in the afternoon time frame, as the clouds really start thickening up, is a struggle for that precipitation to actually make it up. Right now, some approaches Eau Claire by noon, but I don't even know if that's going to actually hit the ground at this point. Otherwise, all the activity really stays well now to the west of Eau Claire to Minneapolis. Areas might see some sprinkles, especially further north and east to go. So Ladysmith, Eau Claire to Black River Falls up there, that may be where you see some light rain, but otherwise you're not going to see much until we get closer to the evening. Then overnight we're going to start seeing the area begin to develop a little bit more. Severe threat for tomorrow, it's all really to the south. That's what will be approaching us. By the time it does weaken, we're not seeing much of a severe threat. Rain amounts, not even getting anything right now. We might get a trace to like 500 south La Crosse, maybe up to a 10th if you're lucky north of Eau Claire, but that's about it. The one thing you have to keep an eye about is this complex that develops in Iowa basically late Saturday evening. This is going to kind of rotate through the area, and this is probably the best chance to see widespread showers, thunderstorms, maybe even some heavy rainfall from Saturday night through Sunday morning. By the time we get to noon, this thing basically rotates out of here. We get some more sun. The only question is, do we get redevelopment of some showers and thunderstorms south La Crosse? Some are saying yes, others say no. We'll keep an eye on that. I think most areas will remain dry with that southerly wind keeping. That means the temperatures are going to be the other thing. Rainfall amounts, we'll have to keep an eye on this because that does bring some significant rainfall if the track of that Saturday night and Sunday morning pans out. For air show wise, not much issues going on. Cloud cover Saturday, not much, but look at the temperatures in the afternoon. Where the sun comes out, we're going to start climbing closer to 80. And Eau Claire, you're going to get the same story with Father's Day. You're going to break out the sun in the afternoon. Temperatures getting close to 80, but that's not the only story. Look at the heat indexes. As we get towards Sunday afternoon, it starts climbing well into the mid-90s. So you're definitely going to feel it come Sunday afternoon with the humidity. But nothing tonight. We're just going to see temperatures fall back into the 50s, fairly quiet, increasing clouds. Then as we go to the 8-day forecast, we're looking at the rain, spotty rain in the afternoon for Saturday, increasing chances Saturday night and Sunday. And then it's a hot and humid air mass that sits over us probably through Tuesday, maybe even a little bit beyond that, with the shower and thunderstorm chance pretty light, but does pick up towards later in the week. So enjoy tomorrow. Won't be too bad, but you'll definitely need. You'll feel the heat and humidity come Sunday afternoon.
It will be significant.
Yes.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers are back in action tonight, hosting the rival Reds, plus a couple of our area track stars looking to make a name for themselves on the national stage today. Rob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk. Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
You're worried about someone falling. Scary for them and you. When you check out fall detection solutions, you should definitely check out Nomo. Nomo is better, with 6 layers of protection. Wear a sensor and detect a potential fall automatically. Put alert buttons in high-risk areas like the shower. The hub has an alert button and detects motion, or in case of a potential fall, lack of motion. So do the satellites. Put them in high traffic areas. And because Nomo detects normal motion, you spot changes in normal life in the Nomo app. Or set custom triggers and alerts. Potential fall detection? Absolutely, Nomo does that, but Nomo does more. For about $1 a day. No more, worry less with Nomo. Nomo Smart Care. N-O-M-O Smart Care.
What kind of a loan officer do you think you deserve? I know that's a very tough question to answer. Here's what I think. I think you deserve a loan officer that is willing to look you in the eye before you take on a lot of debt and say, are you sure? If that's what you're looking for in a lender, call Firefighters Credit Union today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Week to remember for some of our area athletes this week. Aquinas and Oliva Strum both bringing home state baseball titles. And now the focus shifts out west to the Nike Outdoor Nationals. Onalaska making history earlier this week. This afternoon, Blake Bernstad looking to keep that momentum going in the 800-meter championship. Bernstad in the back row, far left, wearing the white tank with Team Anna written across the chest. And the Hilltopper hanging on. Bernstad right there at the midway point. And here he is taking the lead on the final lap. Bernstad leading his heat with about 100 meters to go. But Blake empties the tank a bit too early. Still an impressive showing from the senior. He finishes third in his own heat, 14th overall out of 58 runners. But But how about a new PR for the Anna standout? Bernstadt comes in at 152.21. But another stud from our area was looking to finish in the top 10. Eau Claire Memorial's Parker Dewey in the final heat of the 800-meter championship. Dewey doing everything he can to make that happen down the stretch. You can't even see him in the frame, but Dewey goes all out in the final 20 meters or so, finishes third in his own heat, and that final push gets him into the top 10. Dewey finishes 8th overall with a time of 151.65. On the diamond tonight, the Loggers will look to snap their 4-game skid. Lacrosse is in Minot tonight. Ken's former territory taking on the Hot Tots. Loggers come in 9-7 on the year. Minot is 5-10. Loggers might not be home until next Thursday, but the Lumberyard will be the place to be this weekend as the Lacrosse Steam make their long-awaited debut. The team's franchise opener is tomorrow evening as they welcome in the Madison Nightmares. Woo! Love that name. First pitch scheduled for 6:35. On the Pro Diamond tonight, Brewers are back in action as they begin a 3-game set at home against the rival Reds. Milwaukee still sitting comfy in first, 6 games up on St. Louis in the NL Central. Crew took 2 out of 3 against Toronto earlier this week. Freddie Peralta gets the ball tonight for the Brewers. He'll look to bounce back from his last start. Just went 3 1/3 against Detroit over the weekend. I got a little bone to pick with a certain group in town.
Oh, boy.
You guys know me. I am a military guy, 5 years in the Marine Corps. But if my cats can give Yelp reviews, 0 stars for those Blue Angels. Not big fans of those guys.
Yeah, very significant.
It was scaring
They don't like
mine
it.
also, yeah.
I was in Appleton earlier this week. I wasn't home. You got jets flying over my house. Awful.
Like, what's going on here?
It's all out of whack.
They kept hiding under the bed, wouldn't come out, yeah.
It's been tough.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with more news after this.
Now's the time to enjoy huge savings on outdoor furniture from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. From patio dining sets to sofas and chairs, they're all reduced to clearance prices. At Drury's, we have an eco-friendly mindset that's reflected in everything we sell. Environmentally friendly materials are important to us. And you'll be choosing from Homecrest and other quality brands, furniture that's designed to last. The Outdoor Clearance Event. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right, so we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind, because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
What do we think? Burglary gone wrong? More like a chilling spree.
You see it all too often. When you don't take care and maintain your system, it's all too easy for problems to pop up when you need it the most.
It's hard to stay cool under pressure.
Proper service and maintenance is worth its weight in the cold.
I'm not a fan of having problems. What can you do?
Call G&T as soon as humanly possible.
Don't lose your cool this summer. Call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
All right, in weather news.
Thanks,
Hot and
Greg.
humid come Sunday, so stay hydrated.
Gonna be a heater.
We will.
Thanks for joining us.
See you later.